Hi, welcome. Today for our lower back challenge, day number 5, we are going to release held anger. Yeah. So you're probably getting that this whole space of our lower back and our pelvic bowl is where we contain a lot of lower emotions. So far we've worked on fear. Today we're going to work on releasing anger. And it's also where we hold guilt. And then where we think we're right and we attempt to control. So all of these energies are very low level energies. They kind of vibrate at the level of and when stuck there, it pulls our whole body down into that And what we're attempting to do is lighten up to go to ah, which is the sound of love. So today we're going to specifically work in a muscle called the gracilis. Hey, oh, good to see you, Tanya. Glad you're here. The gracilis is where we hold unprocessed anger, and it runs in our inner leg. So from the groin area all the way to the inside of our knee, that's where our gracilis muscle runs. And when we are holding on in anger, this muscle is grabbed tight. Now, for most of us, it's grabbed tight. I rarely see a fully functioning gracilis muscle. Now, why it's grabbed tight is because we're holding on to anger. And when it's tight and held, it becomes weak. And when this muscle is tight and weak, its job is actually to support our pelvic bowl. And when it's tight and weak, it doesn't support our pelvic bowl. Then a couple of things can happen. Our pelvic bowl can lock up in ways that really end up hurting our lower back. Or it causes, because this is so tight, it causes our lower backs to be tight. Or this is so tight, it causes our lower back to be loosey-goosey. So either way, we have to open this gracilis muscle. And when we do that, we're releasing anger. Yes, so let me just jump on and see who's here, and then we'll get started to let it go. Now we're bringing in, hey, Laura Moses. So happy you guys are here. So we're bringing in emotions today and really going to talk about how to work with emotions, because you're getting that our body is the storehouse of emotions. And when we want to work through pain and tension and diseases and injuries in different parts of our body, we have to deal with the emotional self as well. We can't separate ourselves out just as a physical body, and then our emotional body's over here, and then our mental body's over here, and our spiritual body's somewhere up here. It doesn't work like that. We are all one being. And we're going to really go in and talk about the emotions today in depth. But first, we're going to open up our gracilis muscle. Anyway, some of you jumped on. Hey, Kim. Hey, Sharon. Jeannie. Awesome. Glad you all are here. So what you'll need today for our practice is a softball-sized ball and perhaps a block. So go get your tools and join me on your mat, and let's release the tension in our gracilis muscle. Let's open up so we can release some anger. All right. So to start with, you're going to take that ball into your inner right leg. So you're lying down and just place that ball right to the inside of your inner leg. Now notice I'm taking my knee out a little bit and just placing that ball right there, in my upper inner leg. Now, for some of you, you can't quite get in there. That's where the block goes. So you just take the block, put the ball on top of the block, and then put your upper inner leg there. I like just to do that even though I can get in there with the ball just on the floor, but this, oh my gosh, it's so awesome, meaning it can be intense. So you choose just the ball on the floor or the ball up on the block, and you're gonna feel, I'm kind of rocking back and forth over it. This muscle feels like a bone. It's very tendinous, meaning it has a lot of connective tissue to it, a lot of fascia to it, and so it won't feel like you're on a muscle. It's a muscle. There's enough muscle cell in it that it's considered a muscle, so we're releasing it. Now we're gonna just roll down slowly. Deep breaths in, through your nose, out through your mouth, saying ha. And I'm just crawling my way down, and if you're using the block, you're gonna fall off, and you're gonna have to put the ball back on, and then just keep crawling down. And I'm moving my knee kind of back and forth over that gracilis muscle, and breathing, and getting it to release. Now, as I breathe in through my nose, and out through my mouth, saying ha, I'm releasing the grr of anger and converting it into the ha of love. Now on this right side, this is where I hold anger toward others. Yeah, outside of me. So as I'm working here, I'm releasing any anger that I hold toward others. Yeah. If your head and neck is getting tired, you can come all the way down. Doesn't matter, just whatever feels good to you. Some of us are not tight or strong enough in the arms to hold us up for very long. That's okay, you'll get strong over time. Now you're gonna go all the way to the knee, and you're gonna notice different places along the way that are super tight. Those are where you're tight, where you need to spend a little more time, like I'm in one right now. And just release anger. Now you might know who you're angry at. Great, if you do, just release them and release the situation. Just hide out. If nothing comes up, or it's sort of a generalized feeling like the whole government or the whole world or however far you go out, just let it go. It doesn't matter if you really have an image of something or somebody, or you just have a generalized feeling like it's all just so frustrating and anger producing, or you just don't know. Just let it go. All right, I'm going all the way to the knee. So right to the inside of my knee is where this muscle attaches. And a lot of you that have knee pain, guess what? Your knees are gonna feel better doing this work too, because the gracilis affects the lower back, the hips, and the knees, yeah. So a couple more breaths, and wherever you felt some tension, deep breaths in, full breaths out. Sorry, I left my phone on. Just letting go. Just letting it go. Oh yeah. Releasing that anger toward others. Yeah, you might go back and visit something that was really, really tight. Just go in there and breathe. Oh, yeah. Now, when you've had enough, come out, and we're going to lie flat back on our back, knees into chest, and just hug for a second. You can even make circles on your sacrum. And some of you will feel, wow, my right side of my lower back feels better. Some of you will just be easing out because you're again lying on your belly, which I talked about yesterday, that when I began these practices, just lying on my belly was painful, and I had to just keep working until that went away. And that will go away for you too. And the benefits are so good anyway. Once you come out, you're gonna feel like, oh yeah, my lower back feels better, so I keep doing it. Now we're gonna switch sides. So you're gonna take your softball up onto the block if you want to, or just onto the floor. And you're going to take your knee out and place that ball way up and in. Let's see if you can see this. Way up and into that inner groin area. Let's see, I'll go like this and see if it gets like that. There we go. Now, just roll around. Make sure you can feel it. And again, I like to use a block just because it's more intense. But if you're in there and that feels good, that's fine. Or go ahead and grab your block and put the ball up on your block. Oh. And get in there. Now, notice which side was tighter. My left is always tighter. That's the me side. So as you go into this left side, just breathe out the anger that you have towards yourself. And just roll down. I'm going to kind of just push my ball down because on the block it can fall off. But the block to me is so worth it because it goes in so deep. And again, I'm kind of wiggling side to side, going deep. If it's too much, you can lie all the way down to do this. Whatever feels good to you. Just go there. Just get into this gracilis muscle and release the tension of held anger. Converting that grr towards yourself, that anger towards yourself to love for yourself. Now just keep going down. Keep breathing. Keep noticing where you have knots of tension. And some of you may know why you're angry at yourself or what causes it or what that specific thing is. Great. You can visualize letting that go. Oh my gosh, it's so tight right there for me. Always is right there. Oh, on both sides, but more on my left. It has gotten less and less over the years. It used to be that I couldn't even tolerate being on it hardly. But we have to keep doing these practices. This is the way, like when we have a lower back that causes us pain, we have to learn how to let it go, but then keep practicing because we have to keep layering these things off. You didn't just come into lower back pain suddenly. You may have accident, but things were building. And a lot of you just worked on the emotional and mental pieces of this, spiritual pieces of this, until boom, your lower back hurts. So you got to work your way out of it. And you have habits. Some of you have habit of grabbing onto these muscles. You've had it for years and years. You have to practice letting go. All right, so big in breath and full out breath. A couple more of those and just really get rid of that held anger. Just let it out. Let it out of those inner legs. You might go back into a knotted area if there was something further up for you. And just do a couple of deep breaths there. Until you really feel like, okay, I'm done. Then go ahead and take your ball and your block, if you have both of them, or just your ball, and set it aside. And we're going to lie down. Lie down on your back. And as you lie on your back, you're going to take your hands to the inside of your knees and draw your knees into your chest. And then allow your hands just to drop your knees apart. Now just breathe here. Deep breaths in and full breaths out of those inner legs that you have just released. You may draw one knee up as the other knee drops down. Just breathe in and out of those inner legs. And then opposite side. Yeah, so releasing held anger from your inner legs. Now when you're ready, just draw your knees together and just pause here with your knees coming in toward your chest and breathe in and out of your lower back. Nice. And when you're ready to come up, just roll to your side and just rest there on your side. And use your arms to come up, bringing your head up flat. Or you can just lay there if you need to. All right, so what we have done is released some anger and opened up our gracilis muscle. So any questions about that? Let me see. Jeannie, I love the simple modification tips you give. Putting the ball in the block is a game changer for me. I know, right? Yeah, I've learned lots of things over the years with lots of bodies. So I can help you in any way. Like if I don't give you a way to modify, ask me. I can come up with something. Let's see, Colleen, I came in late, but I will do this tonight. Loving these. Jeannie, my right hip ball joint has been clicking a lot lately every time I squat. Yeah, this may help, but this whole, working on this whole hip, inner leg, lower back area is gonna help a lot with clicking and pain and all of that. So do it. Okay, so let's talk about feelings for a moment. So feelings are meant to be felt. That's their purpose. Like you're only meant to feel them, not share them with others. Yeah. And if you share them with others, you're just meant to say, hey, you know, I feel angry about that. Not like, rah, 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 rah. That's rage. And that's different than anger. Rage is kind of out of control, and rage is actually considered an addiction because it's all about controlling other people with our feelings. So we don't want to do that. So our feelings are just meant to be felt. And here's the magical thing about feelings is that it's proven that if we feel a feeling for 90 seconds or more, the feeling shifts. There's a space in there that we can actually shift away from anger. Now we want to shift from any of the lower emotions like depression and fear and guilt up toward joy. So depression is the lowest that we can go emotionally, and that means there's total absence of any higher energy that exists, right? And joy is the vibration of complete connection to ourselves, our world, our universe, the energy vibration of all. And so we want to go toward joy. And you can do that, and you can learn how to do that. Now, I can't teach that all in this time we have together in 7 days, but I have put together a program for your lower back called Lower Back Bliss. And in it, I teach what I call the emotional guidance system, how to never be trapped by your emotions again, how to move up the scale emotionally. And it's super simple and it's easy, but it requires many more days than 7 days to learn. So I got you covered there if you're interested. So now into our challenge. So some of you may have felt more tension on the right. That's anger toward others, outer world. Anybody feel that and want to share that piece with us? Let me know. And some of you may have felt more pain and tension on your left. That's anger towards yourself. Now, all these practices are a lot about getting to know yourself as well. So yeah, this is the way we're really beginning to understand the language of our body. Now, in our challenge, what I'm going to do is talk you through feeling the anger that you have for others and feeling the anger you have for yourself, and holding that for 90 seconds until you feel that shift. And we're just going to practice just shifting up to a little bit less anger, which is frustration. And once we can move up one emotion, we can go all the way. But again, it's going to take more than today to teach you. So I want you just to get comfortable lying down or sitting up, and begin just to breathe in and out of the space of your inner legs, just really feeling that spot, that your ball, you're probably still resonating with that. The ball was just in there. So breathing in and out. And we're going to start on this right side. And as you breathe in and out of your inner legs, I want you to place more attention to your right inner leg. Now, as you're here in the right inner leg, I want you just to consider someone or some situation outside of yourself that you're angry about or at. Just let it come up. Now you're going to hold that anger, like really feel it for 90 seconds. And I'm timing you, so starting now, feel that anger. You can conjure up who they are, the situation, just feel it, be in it. If your mind comes in and tries to take you away from it, just go back to it. Feel it, really feel it. Feel it. Feel that anger toward whoever it is. Keep feeling it. Keep going. Keep feeling. Keep breathing. Keep feeling it. We're almost there. 90 seconds can be a long time, right? All right, and now you can shift toward frustration. That's on the path toward joy. Just shift up. You might get this watered down anger toward that person. Not so, but more, All right, very good. Now, I want you to clear that. Just take a deep breath in and a full breath out. And we're going to shift our attention over to our left inner leg, where we hold anger toward ourselves. And I want you to breathe in and out of that left inner leg. And then really connecting to that left inner leg energetically. Just bring up, what is it that you're so angry at about yourself? And if something comes up, great. Just spend a few moments just being in this space and considering what you're angry about toward yourself. Now when you feel it, I want you just to be in it. Feel that anger for 90 seconds or more. All right, so start and go. Deep breaths in, full breaths out, and just be with your anger. Yeah, feel it. Don't distract yourself from it. No matter what's going on around you, no matter who is walking by your door making noise, just be with it. Don't distract. Don't let your mind wander. Feel your feeling. Yeah. Yeah, keep going back to that anger. If you've wandered off, keep going back to it. Be with it. Just be with it. Just a few more seconds. All right, you made it. Now just move it up toward joy. So the next step is frustration. Just water down that anger just a little bit and feel the frustration. Just be with it for a moment. And you've taken one step closer toward joy. Awesome. You did great. Yay! So, if you can learn to move your emotions by feeling them for 90 seconds and moving up the scale, you are never going to be trapped in your emotions again. And I teach you all of this in the Lower Back Bliss 21-day journey. So we can just continue on from here, and we'll go into deep physical, emotional, mental, spiritual releases. And your lower back is just going to feel better and better and better. Now, here's the best part. The Lower Back Bliss journey, I give you the first 3 days free because I believe in it so much that this is the way to eliminate back pain. So we've started on the journey. You're just going to go deeper into it and really let go of held emotions, of physical hanging-ons, of mental beliefs and thoughts, and of any spiritual thing that's got you in its grips. So continue this journey with me. We only have 2 days left in this format, but you can continue on. So check it out on my website, Age Less, Move More, and there's a tab at the top that says Lower Back Bliss. And I'll also, again, put the link in once I'm off today here on our amazing Lower Back Challenge Facebook page. Okay, any questions? Let's see, Laura Moses. Anger is internalized in my body and manifests in my back and shoulder pain. Yes, darling. Very good awareness. So working on myself for years emotionally and spiritually. It's putting the cart before the horse. Got to work on the body to release too. It's all connected. Yes, you got it. You have to work in the body. And I ran a teacher training program, a yoga therapy teacher training program for years, for 15 years. And I trained a lot of psychotherapists because they started to realize this, that emotions are trapped in the body and trauma is trapped in the body. And so they wanted to know what this work was. You got to take it in the body. All right. Hey, Lee, glad you're here. Wendy Neville, yay. Are the classes in the 21-day challenge 30 minutes each day also? Sometimes less. So the majority of the practices are less than 30 minutes. They're like 10 to 15 minutes. And then you have like 3 practices that are longer than that, 30 minutes to 45 minutes. Maybe there's one that's like 50 minutes. So I just